This is Romans 10:3. For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. We who are ready to live salute you. All right. So I just want to go into this lesson, and I'm gonna call it IUIC and Bishop Nate are trying to establish their own righteousness. All right. And the fact of the matter is, excuse me, I got the hiccups. The fact of the matter is, we have no righteousness to speak of. The scripture says all our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. All right. But these are the same guys that will pitch to the world that they are free of sin. All right. That this guy's Mr. Perfect, man. He don't make no mistakes. He's Mr. Perfect. He's free of sin. All right. And he basically, you don't need Yahweh Shai then. All right. And it's the same spirit of these wicked scribes and Pharisees, man. All right. And pretty much that, I'm really thinking about that move that they just made, man, where they just got attacked out there in Kenya, man. All right. That was a self-willed move, man. All right. That was a self-willed move, man. And you're on a trajectory. I'm thinking about that song. You're headed for self-destruction. All right. Because matter of fact, let me get the scripture. Right. This is Sirach 6:2. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone. And really, that's what you're doing anytime we go outside of the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's pretty much what we're doing, man. All right, we're going about to establish our own righteousness. All right. And when we went to war, we had to make sure that the Lord was with us, man, when we went out, man. And pretty much, in any endeavor we do, man, the first thing, we need to make sure is that our relationship with Yahweh Bashim Shai is on point, man. All right. Matter of fact, let me get another one. Right, this is Psalms 44, and 6. And then, this is David, I believe, right? Hold on, pause. No, this is Korah, Salakia. All right. This is Psalms 44:5. Through thee will we push down our enemies, through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. And you have omitted the name, Nate, all right? And you taught your men to do so as well. All right. When any army goes out to do anything, that standard is Yahweh. All right. Right now it's Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the only way to the Father now. All right. So without that standard, without that, because Yahweh Shai is likened unto the Ark of the Covenant now. All right. If the Lord isn't with us, dwelling amongst us, we're gonna be. Well, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, through thee will we push down our enemies, right? Psalms 44 and 5, Salaki. Psalms 44 and 5. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. In Yahweh we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever, Salah. But thou hast cast us off and put us to shame and goest not forth with our armies, right? So if the Lord doesn't go forth with our armies, then we're going to catch a L, man. That's all to it, man. All right? See, the Lord's going to give Jake no other choice but to understand and recognize that he is, man. All right, you either gonna do it in the way of righteousness, or you gonna do it in the way of wickedness and get your ass destroyed, right? All right, let me read that again. But thou hast cast us off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and that's exactly what happened to you, man. You and your men, man. And this is like King Saul all over again, man. You know, here it is. Saul was chasing King David. Whole time you got a whole war with the Philistines going on, man. All right. And the whole time you going to battle as an enemy of the Lord, man. And look how it ended for Saul, man. You know, look how it ended for his ass, right? Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. All right. And then them niggas was Philistines, man. The majority of those motherfuckers was fucking Philistines, man. All right. Yeah, there was some Israel, I'm sure, scattered among them, but for the most part, they're Philistines, and they're under the Hamitic vibration, man. And you, my friend, you're just, you're just doing your own thing, man. You know, the Lord has forsaken you a long time ago, and you forsaken him a long time ago. You forsaken the right way. All right? You forsaken the right way. And now you're just doing your own thing, running around and jet setting, man. Trying to push your own vibe, trying to push your own agenda, man. And what's being shown is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is just not with it, man. All right? But let me keep reading. Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. All right? Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and has scattered us among the heathen. Right? Yeah, if the Lord ain't with you and you going out there with that bravado, guess what, man? You're meat, man. You're food, man. That's what the Lord said. I send you out as sheep among wolves, man. See, all that tough shit, all that, I ain't never been a weak Jew, all that bravado is going to be put down with, it's going to be put down with shame, man. It's going to be put down with disgrace. All right? You know? All that pride is going to get put down, man. All right? Scripture says pride is not made for man, man. Neither furious anger for the sons of man. We're behind enemy lines, man. And you, my friend, you done went all the way to the land of the Philistines, man. You know? Because you're devoid of understanding, man. You have no idea, the majority of people that know that they're Israelites have woken up to shame and everlasting contempt, man. You know, you're just a bull string alone, a sheep. And the fact of the matter is, Apostle Tahar. Matter of fact, let me get that scripture, man. Right, this is Proverbs 5:7. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house. And this is talking about false doctrine, which they definitely push, man. All right, which makes you a marked man, man. All right. Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Let strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. Right. When ISUP cast a spirit, man, you niggas too, man. But when IUIC collapses, man, all that carnal wealth you accumulated, it's gonna all go to the bankers, man. All right, it's all gonna go to just like when a motherfucking celebrity, his mansion, he dies, or he's canceled or whatever the fuck, all that wealth he accumulated, some of it might go to his family, but the majority of that shit goes to the bankers, man, and they find a way to get that shit, man. And that's what's gonna happen to you, man. You're gonna be like a big ass beetle getting eaten by a bunch of ants and torn apart, man, like a bull strain alone, right? Let strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. Right, man. You know, and the Lord, and you can see this man doesn't look well, man. You know, Tupac, you ain't feeling well. You know, you ain't feeling well, man. Mhm. All right, let me read that again. All right, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction and despised reproof? All right, despise reproof, man. All right, and Apostle Tahar is your elder, man. Right, Apostle Tahar is your, he's over you, man. You know, and we ought to follow that example that he set, man. You know, now whether you elect or not, I don't know whether the Lord. I personally believe you saw. That's just me. I could be wrong. I speak as a man. I am just a man. I know nothing save Yahweh Shai, him crucified. But at the end of the day, the way you're moving, man, it looks real similar, man. You know, it looks real similar, man. You know, where it says, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. All right. So the Lord sent you and sent us instructors, sent us leaders, all right, to guide us in the right way that we should go, man. And if we be found to grieve them, we're gonna in turn grieve the Spirit, which in turn grieves Yahweh Shemi Shai. And if we continue to persist on that, then we will be destroyed, man. And we will be saying this to ourselves. I wish it could happen to anybody. It could happen to any one of us. I wish I had a fucking listened, man. I wish I had a listened. I wish I had a kept it simple, man. I wish I had a ducked my head down when the blades was swinging low, man. You know, you niggas steady worried about you niggas stay talking about the kingdom and the chariots, man. Hey, man, yeah, you're all gonna make it in the kingdom, but goddamn, I don't want to make it. I don't want to make it through the back door, if you know what I mean, man. I don't want to make it through the alley, man. I don't want to make it the rough way in, man. All right, I don't want to have to go through the process of being a baby all over again, sucking on a titty, with no teeth, and the memory that I was a fuck boy and screwed over the Lord and the talents that he gave me, man. All right. The fact of the matter is, the majority of our people, they don't see any let's say that we have let me get it, man. This is Malachi 3:13. Your words have been stout against me, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve Yahweh, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before Yahweh, power of hosts? Right. People don't see any profit, and walking mournfully, man, before Yahweh Shema Shai, man. People don't see the profit in repenting, man. All right. They don't want to wear the sackcloth, man. All right. And the scriptures talk about how man cannot hasten above his maker, man. We can't hasten the Lord to give us the kingdom, man. These guys want it now, man. And now we call the proud happy. Yea, they that work wickedness are set up. Yea, that they that tempt Yahweh are even delivered. Yeah, man. In that move, you was tempting Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Hey, but the Lord have mercy on you. You know, if you can call it that, it might be, he might just be preserving you for something even worse, man. Which is what it looks like, All right. But yeah, man, they don't see the prophet in walking mournfully, man. They want to do this shit their way, man. All right. And the Lord just ain't having it, man. And we see the results of that, man. It's just not working out, man. It's not working, man. You know? And you're making yourself look stupid, man. Like for real, man. You know? But yeah, man, that's pretty much my 2 cents on it. Can't say if I'll speak on it again or not. But that's pretty much what I got, you know. The scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth, man. You know. We need to find that humble place, man, that happy, humble place, uh, where we could find a balance, man. You know, we're not here to be the man, man. You know, but yeah, this is pretty much what I got. That's pretty much the lesson. Hope there was some edification within it. With that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahabashai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Aki. I'm pushing this word with truth, sincerity, with charity. Presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. We who are ready to live salute you. Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball.